Jason here. Like I was saying in the last video, we're gonna dig into how I'm packed up for this trip. Stay tuned, and we'll set some gear up. Well, good morning, guys. We got some rain last night. It looks like the cover's done its thing. So let's pull that cover off, set it out to dry, and have a look at what's on the bike. So here it is as it was when I rolled in last night. The only exception is out of this top bag I've taken out the bike cover. It was in this edge, and so last night I rolled in, unclipped this, pulled the bike cover out, put it over the bike, and called it a night. So that part of it worked really well, having the bike cover right at this end of that roll bag. And so here it is as it's packed for the trip. I'm just going to quickly go over what's where, and then we'll have a look at what's in each bag. My tank bag is just miscellaneous junk, charging equipment, goggles, that sort of stuff. And hopefully this is going to be switched out with the Mosko Moto Nomad bag before our trip. So I'm not going to cover this today because that's going to change, and I'll do one just about that tank bag when it shows up. So then I have the Mosko Moto Reckless 80 bag on the back, and you guys have seen this before. It's the U-shaped bag. It sits across the back rack of the bike. It's got 3 tie downs here and 2 points off the front that go to a tie down on the frame. You've got roll top dry bags in each side. This side has my kitchen and food in it. This side has my clothing in it. These back pouches, this side has a first aid kit and my WD-40 for my chain and some tie down straps in there. This one over here has 2 fuel canisters. One I use for the cook stove and one's just spare fuel. And then up on top, I've taken out the Mosko Moto's 22 liter Stinger bag and replaced it with an SW Motec 40 or 45 liter dry bag. And in here is all of my camping gear, right from tent, ground sheet, tarps in there, my camp chair, everything. And then on the back, under the beaver tail, I have my tent poles, my tripod, which is out on the second camera, and this has bug spray, sunscreen, headlamp, just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, some lights in there. Then on the front 2 pouches, this is 2 liters of water with the drinking hose, and this has the ability to have another 2 liters of water if we're going somewhere where we don't think we'll have clean water for a while and we're going to be cooking. Otherwise, that's just a handy stash pouch for when you're on and off of the bike. So that's the way it's set up right now. So let's go ahead and break into it, and I'll show you guys a little bit more about what's exactly in each bag. Alright. Okay guys, let's start right up at the top here. We're going to open up the beaver tail, very simple. That rolls back. This has its own strap inside, which helps support all of this stuff, which is the tripod and my tent poles. The tent poles have handy little Velcro straps that tie them into the back of the beaver tail. Inside the back of the beaver tail, there's a handy dandy removable map pouch that you could take right off if you need to go somewhere with your maps. I just have the actually Mosko catalogs in there for the time being. This is the SW Motec 45 liter roll top dry bag, and it has its own tie down system on it. The reason I went with this is because I needed some extra storage on the top of the bike. I didn't want to add a second bag on the top. I wanted it all in one. So now I have everything in one, and the only difference is it's usually about that much longer when I have the motorcycle cover in it. The roll bags on the sides buckle in on each side to keep them into the bike, but when you want to remove them, you just unclip them, fold these around and rebuckle them, and you pull out your bag. So like I said, this one has my clothing in it for 3 days. This side over here has all my kitchen supplies in it, food and all my cook stuff. So that's how handy those are. And if you were, I mean, once these are through, these aren't going anywhere anyway, but you could have water penetrate down through, and I think that's why they've given you these side clips here. I think it just helps with the making sure everything's watertight, and it doesn't hurt to help keep it on the bike too. So that's how that goes together. Super slick. And the other thing I should mention here is the ability to overstuff these. There's a lot of extra space above what I'm using. It only needs 3 rolls to be waterproof, so there's still a lot of extra space, stuffable space in that bag. For extra food when you're out on the go, you want to stop and pick something up, or you start the day with a sweater on and need to take it off. There's still lots of room. There's the same amount of room over there in my clothing bag. So that's the overview of the Reckless 80, guys, and how I have it packed. The way I have this packed out is everything kind of in the order that I need it. Right on the very top in this roll bag is the cover that I have for the bike. So it's the first thing to come out. That's just a lamp. Actually, this is kind of cool. I got this in a gearbox, but that allows you to charge it USB, and it creates the hook, but then it's got 3 modes of brightness, and you can hang it in your tent. You can set it on a table, it still sheds some light. Actually a pretty slick rig. I know the pink and purple combination would appeal to a lot too. Alright, so in this bag, right off the hop, I have our tarp, and it comes with guy lines and stakes, and so in a rain, the tarp comes out, you can get a tarp up. Then I have my chair, which could stay in the bag, tent poles, ground sheet, and there's the tent out. So right away I can get the tent set up. Everything else can stay in here dry until I'm ready for it. Sleeping bag, emergency blanket, that's my air mattress, camp towel, and pillow. And that's the works. All of these items here I got through Amazon. The tarp, the sleeping bag, the mattress pad, and the pillow. And there's links to all those in the description. This is a great mattress pad. It's insulated, and I think that's going to be very important because the sleeping bag's so light. Now with the sleeping bag, if I do start freezing to death at night, that's why I have that this sole. It's called a sport utility blanket, but it's just a really heavy version of a heat blanket, and pull that over top and it should really help, and it keeps the packing size down. So yeah, that's how I carry my top bag. So in the kitchen bag, these are handy with the see-through window, and those come with the Reckless 80. And the Stinger bag, the one that's supposed to go on the top, it has that too. I have this loosely set up for 2 people a day, so I've got the 2 bags or the 2 days of food, some Nor packets. I'm not going to get into that. You guys pack whatever you want for food. We're planning on grabbing lunch out and hopefully getting something fresh to supplement our meals at night. So we just have a couple of the Nor sidekicks, the rice and a noodle dish that are easy boil ups while we're cooking something on the fire. That's the theory on the food for the camping trip. But and then I have handy flask of whiskey. I've got the my Whisper Light stove, and the extra fuel bottle in there that has gasoline in it is what we cook with, and a GSI pot set. So that's it. And in the GSI pot set, I have my coffee for the morning, salt and pepper, spoons, fire flint, all the good stuff. In here, in this pouch, here is soap, wipes, Kleenex, hand sanitizer, and then here I have 2 spoons, the MSR one, that is the wrench for my camp stove, and a long-handled one which is super handy, so I actually carry both, and then the Coleman scissors, which really do everything. It's a wrench, it's a screwdriver, it's a knife, it's scissors, bottle opener, wire strippers. So there, that's the packet. And the other side is just my clothing, guys. So that's the way we're going to run up to the island. And here in a bit, I'm going to wait an hour for that grass to dry out a little better. I think we'll set that tent up. It's the MSR tent, and I've only used it once before, so this will be a good opportunity for a refresher course. So we'll get the tent set up, throw everything in it, and we'll have a look at how the camp out actually is going to function. There's the pack out for our trip to Manitoulin in 2 weeks. It's a good opportunity to have a look at how the Reckless 80 works with all its luggage and bags on it. Super handy, like I said, to pull the stuff in and out of the side, and the main holsters stay on the bike, which I like. But a simple 5 straps, quick zip off, and the whole kit's in your tent. I plan on leaving it on the bike with the bike cover over it at night, so I'll just pull out the dry bags and fire them in the tent. Everything else will stay on. Yeah, I think it's that simple. Once the bike cover's on, that stuff's all pretty secure. The rest of it's in the tent, and off you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a little bit of an overview. Thanks for watching. Follow along. This trip coming up is going to be a good time. I'm really excited about that. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.